Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Master Maz here from Meridian, Middle East. How's it going? Thank you all for your patience. This is your Monday Ki-Gong for inner power and peace. Welcome to everybody watching us on the Zoom. Rada, ahlan wa sahlan. Hannah, thanks for joining. Vina, and for everyone making yourselves apparent on YouTube, go ahead and give us a shout if you're watching. And if you're going to be joining us later on, this is going to be pre-recorded, so it will be available for later viewing. Just go ahead and watch on the YouTube channel for the latest recording of our live streams, and you'll find this up there too. Yay! Tess is here and Sean is coming. Awesome. Thanks for letting us know, Ms. Vina. All right, guys, it's great to see that everybody is going to be watching from their home. This is, of course, amazing that you guys are practicing. And by the way, in case, I thought of this yesterday, in case you do want to show us your setup, like how it is you do watch or enjoy brain education from home, take a photo, send it to us our way, either by email, Instagram, or however way you know how to contact us, and let us know how it is you have your setup, whether you looked it up to this big screen or you're on your phone or on your laptop. How is it that you enjoy your sessions here with brain education and Ki-Gong? We'd love to have a look, and it gets us connected to how you enjoy us and how we deliver to you. Great, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. With our Ki-Gong today, we're going to keep it quite simple but very deep in our practice in how we can actually get into a vibration as well as a joint rotations to help open up the circulation throughout the body. But then we're going to get into a very simple Ki-Gong form. So I want this today to be kind of a memoir of what we can do, each and every one of us, even when we're not watching the YouTube video, to kind of get back into that zen, get back into that flow. Then we're going to go over a simple form in Ki-Gong Basic and trying to get a little bit of a more consistent moving meditation. And you'll notice that the energy change after this particular form is going to be surreal. It's going to be very different and it's going to be very vivid. And then at the end, we're going to move through a breathing meditation. And so that's going to be capping our program all in all together. And so I've been asked several times, what is Ki-Gong? So there are several ways in which we can approach this definition, philosophical, spiritual, or just in the pragmatic terms, but the one I like to start off with is that it is a martial art form that turned into a healing art. You have to remember that the essence of this is in martial arts from Eastern practices, this particular style being Korean. And when you looked at martial arts, these were first used for defense and in combat. But just as this particular art form had the ability to transform into a healing and a self-focused practice where rather than defending against obstacles or enemies outside of us, we have a lot more obstacles and challenges inside of us that we can overcome, be it our thoughts, our emotions, or even our habits and behaviors. And this offers a form in which we can release that spiritually, mentally, and physically through movement that is non-impactful in the sense that it is not intrusive and much more healing and soft in its impact, but also very deep. And it does entail movement, breath, as well as focus. So it does actually overcome the holistic perspective we have to the brain, thinking, emotion, as well as being, and then also with regards to controlling all three so you can manage yourself, your own energy. And the other form, which I like to explain it in that word sense in the philosophy, Ki meaning energy, but Gong, yes, Gong could mean the way, God could mean the practice, the principle, the discipline, but if you look at it in terms of character form, and this is what we often forget, Gong means zero. It actually means the character zero or nothing. So how can we really empty ourselves into becoming one with everything? So it's no longer the me, the I. How do we get rid of that? How do we go past that? And yes, that could turn into a philosophy of going past ego, overcoming with soul. But really it's in a way to connect to ourselves so we really find our own true essence and coming back to a zero, a very neutral perspective where we really allow much more in and allow a lot more out. And that is how we become part of the general flux that is this universe, that is this world, and become a lot more accepting and kind because of it. So there you go. Very simple, pragmatic terms of defining it, and also the philosophical and spiritual one. Boom, I love it. All right, great start. Let's go ahead and get started. Feet together, hands over the center of your abdomen, your energy center, Danjan. And let's greet each other with the simple words, Pangapsamnida, which means nice to see you, or you look like heaven. Pangapsamnida! And go ahead and greet your neighbors. Pangapsamnida, near and far. Pangapsamnida. Let's get going. All right, so with a simple and gentle vibration, here we go. Breathing out. Exhale. bouncing your knees, bouncing your ankles, and relaxing the wrists, relaxing the shoulders. So remember, this is a prescriptive kind of sequence in which I like for anyone who can remember this to do it on your own, and you'll find the effects very, very impactful. All right, so a gentle vibration overall is a way in which we can not only regulate our energies and balance them, but introspect and focus inwards first. So mind drawing into the body from the outside inwards. So use this as a way to scan. It's an active body scan. Going from the face, breathing out, moving down to the shoulders and the neck, breathing out any tensions you realize. And if you notice anything stuck in your movement, shake it out gently, or bring your mind to it and breathe out the residue. Exhale through. Good. And shaking, feeling the chest, breathing out. Exhale. Good. Wonderful. And then try and notice the vibration kind of trickle down all the way through to your solar plexus, your abdomen, focusing your mind a little bit lower as you go to your waist, your hips, your thighs, your knees, calves, shins, all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. So everything is trickling down. Imagine like you're made of granules, like salt or dust. You want the heavy rocks to kind of come down and really filter all the way through and remain light up top. Kind of like a tree. Think of roots, heavy, strong, and then branches and leaves, light and soft up top. Higher up you go, more like sky. Lower down you go, more like earth. Exhale. And that is the exchange, by the way. That is actually the exchange of yin and yang. Yin being what we eat from the earth. That's all yin energy, the food that we consume, because the earth is yin generically. And yang being the breath that we breathe, like heaven, like the spirit and the air from heaven coming into our lungs. That's the yang, that powerful energy that breathes life into us. So, up top, the heavens, the skies, coming in and exchanging with yin and the yang, together forming that energy. And it's the exchange, the moving of energy, that makes ourselves a very nice ecosystem that's balanced, moving, and healthy in condition. All right, keep shaking. We're going to go for another couple minutes. I want you to really continually scan from top to bottom. Head, shoulders, chest, solar plexus all through the torso, down to your abdomen, your organs, hips and waist, thighs, knees, calves and shins, just shaking the body up and down. And if you notice, my feet are very much flat on the floor. My knees are the ones bouncing or kind of jerking. So to show you from the side, they're just jerking and dropping. That's all they're doing. So jerk and straight, jerk and straight. And it's a drop, yeah? So I'm not pushing it like a mechanical thing. I'm dropping the weight because I want to feel the shake. I want to feel the tremor go throughout my entire body like it was a ripple or a vibration. Exhale through. Beautiful. All right, well done. And then go ahead, feet together. Let's do a couple of stretches before we start our joint rotation. So over here with the hands, inhale, pulling up, just an overall top to bottom, full stretch. And then go ahead and then lean back the hands. So pulling the hands back behind your head, right? And then squeeze the butt, push the hips forward so you're really stretching the yin meridians down the front of your body. These are the soft ones, the vulnerable ones, the ones that get affected very easily. Exhale out. Good. And then let's go ahead and twist to open up the yang meridians in the back. Inhale. Pulling, twisting. There we go. Now we feel more of our back, our waist meridians. These are more of our yang meridians that are really cold and are also very protective, and we're not very conscious of their tensions most of the time. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Let's coming up. Inhale. And twisting to one side. You can hold the breath if possible. Pull and twist the back, twist the spine. Feel the waist turning. Feel your head turning. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Exhale through. Aishonada. I think it's about time we use that word, right? Aishonada means feels so good. Aishonada. So you say it like that. You're registering a cool feeling that happens inside your brain and your body. All right, joint rotations. Let's go. Fingers intertwined. Lock it up with the thumbs just like this. Like that. And then go ahead and rotate around the wrist. Now, from now on, we really want to have the magic of all three. So this is control of movement. So make sure you are moving in a rotation. How you move, how wide you move, is not so much as significant as the fact that it's a rotation. So it's not a back and forth. You are rotating the joint, right? And the second thing is control of focus. So your focus is in the joint in which you're moving. So you're feeling in that place. And then control of breath. We want the first part of our practice to be mostly out. It's like you're releasing, like you're emptying, much like Gong, right? So even Gong, in terms of the word as a practice, you are constantly emptying yourself every time you come to practice. Every time you do a daily training, you are releasing, you are clearing, you are neutralizing, you are balancing. All of that is a form of emptying. All right, emptying of self, the I, the things I know, or what was, or history, or future. Let go of all that. You're here now. All right, and shake off back to the intersection right here. So first like this, you want to switch it up. So before, after. All right, and then lock it up. And here we go again. Rotation, and you'll notice it feels a little different because you've just switched your sides of the brain. Right to left becomes left to right. And now, focus on the feeling, make it feel smooth, make it feel soft, and just remember that the way it feels is how it feels for your mind. Hi, Miss Hiba, how's it going? Thanks for joining us, and everyone else on the tube, well done. All right, so shake off, breathe out, relax. All right, let's move up a joint. So just think of them as sequential joint movements from the very extremities to the insides. All right, let's go into the elbows. Inhale coming in, squeeze, and exhale coming out. And in, out. So you again want to move from a soft movement, smoother and smoother. The joint should feel like it's kind of like becoming a little bit more lubricated, like it's becoming a lot more easier to move through. Vent out the residue and the tension through your breath, like you're capturing it with your mind and releasing it through your breath. Good. Like that. Now from here, you want to shake off and do it the other way. And this is another principle in that ebb and flow, in that yin and yang, whenever we do Ki-Gong. And this is getting a layer deeper in how you practice. In any movement, there's a part where you do something, and there's a part where you almost feel like you're doing nothing. So in, you're just floating, doing nothing. Out, you're squeezing, you're doing something. So do nothing, do something. Yin, yang. Parasympathetic, sympathetic, right? So these are all activations and balances that are existing within us. Try and do like that. Or overall, if this is too much to kind of comprehend, don't worry about it. Focus on smoothness, whether you squeeze or don't. Because in the end, that all trickles to the feeling inside your mind. Good. So this becomes a lot more immersive a practice. It's not just moving through something. You're feeling it out, you're seeing how the feeling changes, and you're seeing what it does to your mind and your thoughts and your emotions. Now, coming into a softer stance, knees slightly bent, hips slightly bent, so everything's nice and easy. You're not fixed, you're not rigid, and you're not straight and stern. Hands in front of your chest, and rotate the elbows forward. Exhaling out. Forming circles, like almost the size of salad plates with your elbows. But your focus, your mind, is in the shoulders. The ball and socket is rotating in its joint, and you're kind of clearing out any stiffnesses, any stuck feeling, any tensions. There it is. All right, back the other way. And as you're moving, exhale through. Good. So you're feeling the chest open, you're feeling the shoulders, you're feeling the back. Everything's affected because of this shoulder joint right here. And you're exhaling as soon as you feel it. And if you start to feel that heavy feeling, that's tension, don't you worry. That's exactly the point. As you feel more of the tension, you begin to heal it. You're exposing it, you're revealing it, and you're healing it. You can't heal it if you can't feel it. All right, shake it off. Now, hands up. Let's get this moving. Swinging motion, opposite directions. Elbows straight, still bent on both hands, and then come into it, and then open. 2, 3, 4, keep that going, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep that going for 1, 2, good, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful job. Shake off. And now bend the knees, bend the hips. Let's open up the palms twice this way, twice down. Let's keep that going. 1, 2. So now you notice we're past the shoulders. We're into our chest and solar plexus area. So this isn't exactly a joint, but it definitely is a space, a cavity that's really important to kind of open. So think of chest and solar plexus here. Opening twice and opening twice. Down, twice up. What's the difference between palms up and palms down? It's actually the effect on your back. So when we have our palms up, shoulder blades are more retracted. When we have our fists down, shoulder blades are more loose and relaxed, and it's squeezing on the back, the muscles of the back. So there you go. Opening up twice, down twice. 2 and 2. One more time. 2 and 2. Last one. And 2. Good. Shake it off. Feel it out. So you notice wrists, elbows, joints, all the way through to this point. And you can feel a little bit more of a lightness up until here. Down here, if you're very sensitive, it still feels a little heavy, a little lethargic. But that's the whole point. The circulation opens up the energy and the pathways, the channels to the energy throughout the body, as well as your blood circulation. So now let's get into the hips, the waist, and let's go ahead and rotate round the hips. So our legs are straight, our back is straight, and in this particular hip rotation, your hips are fixed. So you look forward and rotate your upper back. You rotate round your hip joint, and you notice how my hip joint is relatively fixed in place compared to my upper body, and my upper body is rotating. There's more than one way to do this. Exhale. Breathing out. So right now, we're around our hips and our waist muscles, and these are also meridians. So meridians are the channels through which energy flow through and about our body. Or in scientific terms, the ATP, those guys that move throughout our ventricle system, moving through, allowing more freedom of movement, more energy dispersion and distribution. Breathing out the other way. Good. When we're doing this, remember, you're still feeling. Your movement is controlled and your focus is in place, as well as your breathing and the residue that comes out as a result. 3. Those 3. Keep that in mind. So how are you controlling your body? How are you controlling your mind and where you're feeling? And whatever it is you're feeling, are you controlling the breath and how it breathes out? Don't hold on to it for too long. Let it go. So this is also a practice for life, right? Don't hold on for things too long. You can let them go, and they can come in and out, just like the shore. The wave will always come back to you. Give it room to breathe. All right, now, woof. Try now, and this one's a little bit more difficult in terms of the rotation. We're going to go into our sacrum and our coccyx, our tailbone. So, watch this. From an anterior tilt to a posterior tilt, what I want is your hip bone to tilt inward. So you're kind of cupping your tailbone in, and your back becomes a little bit more straight. So watch it before. In other words, a duck into a tuck. There you go. Back nice and straight. And so from there, we want to kind of cup in, hold on to your steering wheel. Now, use your power of conscious and imagination. Get right into your tailbone and draw a nice circle with your tailbone. So now you understand how martial artists are also great dancers. We've got great mobility in the hips, and so do you. And if you're having a little bit of trouble, like your hips are just doing this, try and imagine as though your abdomen is quite fixed and your tailbone is tucking in, then to one side, then back out as a duck, then to the other side. So you're rotating your tailbone round like you're drawing a circle with the bottom of your spine. All right, so showing it from the side, tucking in, out, to the back, side, and then to the front, and then form one nice big circle. So this is really good in actually raising your body's temperature. So hold on to the steering wheel or put your hands on the tabletop, rotating, And it actually cools down your brain really quickly because moving the sacrum affects your spine as well as your cranium, allowing that cerebral spinal fluid to come up, that plasma to come up and cool your brain down. And then try the other direction. Again, holding your steering wheel, rotating and moving the tailbone round in a circle. This can look really funny. I'm sure your kids are having fun. Maybe the big adults or the big kids are having fun too doing this. Exhale, but so good for releasing fears, tensions, and concerns held in our low back as well as our hip joints and sacrum. They're big traps for our emotional body. Exhale through and release. So you could definitely raise your hand spiritually or virtually if you feel the warmth of that one, because I feel it almost instantly every time I focus that much on a very small and concise movement. All right, so now what have we done? Wrists, elbows, shoulders, torso, solar plexus, waist and hips, hips and sacrum. What do we got left? Knees. Let's keep on going. Rotation. Now, of course, each one of these joints you can move in a different way. You know, you can do hip rotations with knee openings, with leg openings, with even kicks. So kicks are really good in opening up hip joint as well as knee joints. And then the other direction. Exhale. Breathing out. And kicks are really powerful, by the way, because you can actually swing your leg and open up the meridians of the back in that swing. They're so good for actually moving different parts open. Exhale out the other direction and relax. All right, so this is a bonus one. It's so some a little bit more challenging, but it's a good one to combine knee and hip joints. So some movements combine two joints or more at any one go. Let's try this one together. Toes inwards. We're gonna come in with the knees, sit down to a nice little deep squat, open up the knee joint, and then extend. Of course, if you're more flexible, you can do this a whole lot deeper too. So you can come all the way down, you can open up, and then you can extend. Whatever the depth that you feel is good for you. So let's do this just 3 times. Open and relax. So your hip joints are being affected, your sacrum, as well as your knee joint. 2, 3. Try the other way. Open as you come down, close, extend, 2, and 3. Good. And by the way, even though these rotational joint movements are built specifically for Ki-Gong ladder flows, you can just take this portion of the training if you want a nice refresher, a nice energizer, a nice blood circulation balancer. So if you're having aches and pains and you're feeling lethargic altogether, do these joint rotations with the vibration in the beginning. Your energy will change completely. A lot more disposition for action. All right, down to the very last joint with our ankles. Lifting up of the heels, spread the toes. Let's go round with a knee rotation. 2, 3. What I'm doing is, again, focusing on the feeling in that joint, and I'm noticing the smoothness of it. The pressure from the balls of the feet are transferring from one side of my foot to the other. Exhale. Exhale. Now, that same ankle I'm putting to the side and resting on its side, and I can lean forward gently just to kind of feel out the side of the ankle. All right, exhale through. Good, there it is. That's it. So you can lean forward even more, apply more pressure, whatever it is you feel comfortable, and then go ahead, shake off. Now, if you've got a friend, you might need one. If you've got a table, you might need one. If you got good balance, you don't need anything at all. All right, go ahead and put your toes back behind you, pointed to the back. Bend that front knee, and then go ahead and straighten out the front of your shin and your ankle. This is a really powerful stretch and opening of your tibialis muscles as well as your entire shin. Exhale. Exhale. Upper body nice and soft. Remember the qualities of air, sky, down, earth, trees, right? So that's one leg. Let's go ahead and switch to the other leg. And then from here, lifting up the heel and rotating round. Make sure you feel the smoothness in your ankle joint. As you rotate, I'm moving pressure from the balls of the feet across to one side. And again, and again. Good. And then try the other side. Good job. Good. All right, small note. Mental disposition is everything. Your mood disposition is everything. You might be concerned whether you're doing it right, whether you're doing it wrong. Let me comfort you in saying, with enough practice, it won't matter each time. It's the iterative improvement. You'll have one more moment, one more exercise to get into the right feeling. So don't stress so much. It's a relaxed focus. That's your overall disposition. It's casual sincerity. One easy way to remember, subtle smile. If you remember that subtle smile, you got that sure confidence that I may be doing it right, maybe doing it wrong, but I'm okay. Tell your brain it's okay. Now, same foot to the side, lean forward, feel it. Exhale. Good. And shake off. Now, why do I focus on casual sincerity or relaxed focus? Number one, your brain is actually more creative in a better focused state when it's in an open focus or relaxed focused state of mind, namely alpha state. So it's actually proven to be better for focus, concentration, and creativity. Second thing is it's also proven through several studies that learning is a whole lot better when you're enjoying it a little bit than when you're stern and disciplined over the course of time. So when there's more joy in it, there's definitely more absorption because you're associating with a higher state of emotion than with something that is more fear and frustration based. You get it? Casual sincerity, relaxed focus. All right, shake off. Time for that Ki-Gong flow. It's just a nice open meridian posture to help balance out the energies in our yin as well as our yang meridians. Let's go through it right now. Really nice and simple. All right, front foot forward, back forward, and then bend the front knee. Ready? Take your time on this one. This is about meaning, feeling, and focus. Remember the three. The movement is easy, so you can easily control that. The second one is breath, so wherever you feel it, breathe out and focus. Where is your mind at any one moment? Follow with my guidance. Try this. This is a really easy one to remember. You just did the joints. Go straight into this right after. Hold, inhale with your fists. As you pull your chest forward and open, bend the front leg. Pull your elbows down into the back. So it's like you're opening up the rib cage. Exhale, release all the tensions trapped here in the lungs and in the heart. Now, same orientation, but change the positions of your joints. Bend the back leg now, straighten the front leg, and sit your hips to the back, so most of the weight is in the back. Now with your hands, inhale, looking up, focus, exhale. So you're opening up your yang meridians now. You're pulling up your spine, and all of those energetic points are being stretched open too. Let's keep going from here directly. Hold, inhale. And as you pull the chest, hold that breath. Create that opening inside your chest. Pull the elbows down and back like you're opening up the cage of your emotion. Feel that tension, open it, and release. Here you realize that switching state we talked about. Do something, do nothing. Do nothing, do something. So we just did nothing, right? Now do nothing, floating up with the air. And now do something. Effort, impact. Leaning back. Bend the back leg, straighten the front leg. Now let's get into doing something. Inhale. Pull, 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 pull. And opening up the chest, pulling down the elbows. The chest is really trying to open itself even more. Heart's trying to open. Lungs are trying to free itself. And do nothing. It's when you truly know true tension and deeply dive into that, do you appreciate full relaxation. So create the tension yourself. Don't wait on any external factors to create the tension for you. You are in control of this right now. Try again, do nothing. Lean back, hips bend, knees bend, do something. Fingers are pointed towards each other, in case you're wondering, and the wrists are flexed back. Angles of these joints are important, by the way. Inhale as you pull in. Pull open the chest, do something, push the chest forward, bend the front leg, straighten the back leg like you're pushing your torso open, freeing yourself from your cage, and do nothing. Feeling different, right? Go ahead, inhale. As you lean back, bend the back leg, straighten the front leg, and ready to do something. And exhale. Now, this is, as I mentioned, a balance of opening yin, opening yang meridians. Yin meridians opening, yang meridians opening. But you can also adjust which way this leans. If you want a more yin, my knees, oh, yes, there you go. Good. So the mention of knees and whether it's stressful or impactful on the joints, you can adjust it here and now. So here's what I want you to do. Is there something going on with the sound? All right, so is it good now? Can you guys hear me fine? Yeah, can you guys hear me now? Great, thank you. All right, so one more time yes, great, thank you. So for impact on the joints, try this out. So when you're, let's say, feeling like you want a more softer exercise or more softer training or practice, lessen the spaces between your feet. So rather than all the way out here, just here. And you can still pull this way. And then lessen the space between your feet, so you're just kind of leaning back slightly and gently. And then pull up. There. If you're looking for a stronger yang meridian, kind of like yang power kind of training exercise, you can definitely change up the distances to something a lot wider and bigger. So you're over here. Boom. And even when you get low and down, you go way low and down and pull up, right? So there it is. You can definitely affect all of that. So how well your joints are conditioned, how well your muscles are conditioned, what kind of impact you want to have on yourself after the training, you can adjust that. So shorten the distances, lower the impact, but you're still moving the energy. So don't worry about whether one has a bigger effect or not. It's your mind. Let go fully, accept fully. Do something, do nothing. Hope that helps. All right, let's try the other side and apply exactly that. So now you know how to progress it. Bigger distances, lower and more range in your motion, more yang. Smaller distances and lesser range, but still feeling, more yin. All right, try. Inhale. Do something. Exhale. Good. So remember that the knee, the hip moving is just a form of exaggerating the chest opening and the yin meridians opening. Now let's get into our yang opener. Lean back, sit the hips, inhale, open up, do something. Let's get into another doing. In, out, do nothing. Do nothing. Slowly, just calmly, casually lifting up your hands. Inhale. Now do something. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Sitting back. Exhale. Let's do a couple more. Adjust your distances and progress as you see fit. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to enjoy a little bit more yang on this one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Good. Did you guys feel the difference there? So notice how your mind has been shaped, how you've emptied and burned through a lot of your thinking, a lot of your feeling. This is your condition. So if you can kind of encapsulate this feeling, carry it with you, you now know the markers of how you want to be based on your intention. If you look to be a lot more calm, a lot more peaceful, that's what you should be resulting in, because your brain was finding ways to get there, and you gave it openings, you gave it doors, and all it did was fill up spaces. Yes, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this. And now you're there. Hold on to that. And let it go too. It'll come back to you. Just remember what it felt like. That's your shore now. That's your new benchmark. That's your new neutral. Good. All right, now let's get into a more intricate Ki-Gong form that I'd love to teach you. If you can remember it, that'd be wonderful, but don't worry about the technique. Focus on the feeling. That's the mind. Remember, in the end, you have an entire lifetime. You have the entire day. You have the entire hour to practice this one form. But if you can touch this or use this to touch that part of your mind, you've done something much greater than most would ever dream they could do. Here we go. Feet together, hands to the side. This is still about doing something and doing nothing. Do something, squeeze the fists. Inhale. Slow transitions. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Slow transitions. Inhale. Exhale. 3 times. So this is about doing something, grabbing tension, and then immediately releasing that, doing nothing, letting go completely. All right? Now go ahead and mark your territory. We usually do that with a crescent moon. So bend your knees, bend your hips, mark. This is your ground now. Sink into it. And then from here, go ahead and raise slowly your hands. This is you doing nothing. Your hands are slowly rising, like they're floating atop of clouds. And then do something. Drop the reins. Try one more time as you lift. Make it feel smooth. Make it feel soft. Sync with the movement as you bend the knee joints, bend the hip joints. Again, just like how we said before, widen the distances, increase the range for more yang. Shorten the distances, reduce the range for more yin. In. Out. One last time. In. And out. Try and move now towards your chest. Inhale. Declare your intention for yourself, for the world. This becomes your meditation. This becomes your mantra. Like it was a sentence, like it was an expression out through your palms right here. Now swear it to your heart and have the power to move mountains with it. It's about to get serious. And then with that same power, sink and extend. Good. Now from here, release. Now we're going to go to one side, pick up something, and then go to the other side. So let's go to one side, pick up something, sink, step with the heel, and slowly transfer what you picked up. Body is upright, back leg is straight, extending the hips forward, and then out and through the arms. Other hand is nice and flat in front of your abdomen, Dan Chin or Dan Chun. And then the other side, pick it up from the other side now. Sink, extend with the heel, slowly, controlled, and then push through the hip as well as the foot. There. So you need that rotation of the foot and the hip to push through, and then extend out through the hand. Camera 2. There we go. Beautiful. Now, return to the center, and then sweep to one side. As you're facing forward, bring it from the back, and then take that to the front. I'm sinking as I do this. And then sweep down to the other side. Front camera. There. Good. Now from here, go ahead and come down. Open up. This is like cutting all strings and attachment, tying your heart down. Cut, 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 cut. Ah. Now, as you push your hand to one side, move and shift to one side. Bring your other hand slowly, surely, and this is where you do nothing. Move with that same level to the other side, full body. Good. Now you're on the other side. And then sweep down. Good. To the other side. You're still on one side. Now watch this whole body movement. As you come over to the other side, connect the hands. And then slowly as you move the hands, you're shifting your weight. You're shifting your body over to the other side. And then sweep down. Now I have to say that this is quite a yin kind of disposition. A more yang would look like this. I have to arrange my pens for this one. So. Right? Something like that. From here, wait for it. Inhale, open. Good. Now, go to the back. Good. Come underneath your armpits, all the way through, like you're soaring through the sky. Arms floating behind you, legs are straight, back is straight. Now bend and come down, pick up something. Coming up, back straight, open up. And in 3 seconds, I'm gonna ask you to either ha or shout out like you just threw it out into the world. 3, 2, 1. Ha! Good. I feel like we need to do that again. Just this one posture. Soar down. Flying through. You are with mind straight ahead to your intention, that very one you made in the beginning, remember? You're soaring for it now. Now whatever that dream looks like, whatever the size of it, you can pick. Pick it up. Pick it up. And in 3, 2, 1. Good. And release down. Now, feet together. Inhale. Exhale. Now you notice I don't necessarily do what you would expect, which is like a full opening and coming down, because this is more about feeling and energy. So as you spread your palms, I'm always feeling and sensing something. Like I'm following the place where energy feels the most, or the most energetic tension, like it was a river. This is where I feel the most flow. But if I lift my hand too high, it feels like my shoulders are putting too much effort and the energy dissipates or becomes a lot more clogged or heavier. So it only goes up this high. And then I slide down the waterfall, which feels super powerful, by the way. And that's amazing because you're doing nothing. You're just sliding down, but underneath your palms is a load of heavy and strong power that you just accumulated inside your body. One more time. Lead with your fingers. The most sensitive parts. Notice how my disposition is very soft, very hung, right? And as I lift, reach the mountaintop, and after this, it's like, oh, nah, here. Yes. Resting down the bed of energy in front of your Dantian, or second chakra. Awesome. So if ever you need to review that flow or process, remember that YouTube is going to be recorded, so you can go ahead and revisit this at any time. You know that you can jump straight through this. This is like a 5 to 10 minute flow, and you can just repeat this as your exercise, like just that part. You get it? Okay. So now let's go ahead and finish with a nice breathing and moving meditation. Really simple, all right? And in fact, you can do this one on its own too. So feet together, or at least slightly apart, but neutral in your stance. So you've just done everything, right? You're closing, you're wrapping up. Whether that's the end of the day, or the end of your work day, or just at the end of your routine or training. So at this point, you feel a sense of affirmation, a sense of, wow, I got there. And now, it's collection. It's recognition. So let's do this. Inhale. Exhale. You can start with a simple up and down. This is like acknowledging how much power, how much energy you were able to move, and how much you're able to settle or accumulate. Inhale on the way up, like you're lifting. Exhale on the way down. Time now to balance our energy points. One hand facing up, one hand facing down. Inhale like you're building a column. With all that power you've created, how are you going to capsule it? How are you going to integrate it? There, in. Exhale. In. Good. Más sonido. In. Exhale. Over to one side. Capsule it over to the middle. Inhale. On the top. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is a way you can also self-check. As you move through and scan different energetic points inside your body, what feels like there's a space or a void, like almost a skip in the energy line? And that's probably a blockage or a weakness, or a weak link. So imagine like your hand is the healer, the clearer. As you move through, it's like and as you come down, compress and condense and make sure your column is robust and strong. Good. Pull it over to one side, and this is the sequence. Yin and Yang. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale at the top. Exhale down. Same way you came. In. Out. Inhale at the top. Out. Now, hands in front of your abdomen, just the center here. You're not touching your body, but you're right in front of your body. follow your breath with your palms. And even if the energy is something that you feel, follow your energy, which doesn't have to match the movement and the speed of your breath. Good. And slowly, hands over your abdomen. Let's lower the music slowly. And just feel. So with your eyes closed, notice the sensation inside your body. Underneath your palms. Notice the sensation in your skin. Does it sound okay? Notice the sensation inside your body. Notice the sensation inside your skin. Notice the sensation inside. And then go ahead now and rub. Swipe your hands. Take a deep breath in. Hold that breath. Rub even stronger. More. And go ahead and cover your eyes. Roll your eyes to the right. Roll your eyes to the left. High. Sweep back. And sweep down. Good. All the way down. Full body opener and stretch. Inhale. Reaching up. Wake up your spine. Shake and jiggle like a fish. Your back. Feeling your spine. Feeling your hips. Feeling everything. Good. And release out. Good job. Now from here, try and hold one shoulder, then the other, and then go ahead and give yourself a nice little shake and jiggle. Inhale. And say with me the words, I shonada, I shonada. Sweep down one more time. I shonada. Revive your energy one more time. I shonada. Wow. So Sean says we end as we started. Indeed we do. That's exactly the point, isn't it? Full circle. But just because you went through it, you're a whole lot more on the inside. And you've realized a whole lot more. Great job. Thank you, Miss Tess. Oh, thank God for this day today. Ooh, I love it. Love for these feedback. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Miss Vina. Wow. All right. Fantastic. Beautiful. Wonderful. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Hannah. Indeed beautiful. I love the way it felt today. Very, very, very nice. Simple but deep structured chaining and sequence. Follow it like that. For sure, you're winning. Well done. And Hiba over on the tube and everyone else watching, thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of this. I enjoyed being with you, and I hope that you're times you can come back and visit it, just like I said. Just to recap, in the beginning, you want to shake, and then you want to move through the joint rotations one by one by one by one, and then you might want to do a quick Ki-Gong form of flow, just like that pull and push, opening up the yin, then the yang. And if you can remember it, or just turn on that video and just jump to that straight sequence, a Ki-Gong basic form. And then at the end, a nice little breathing meditation. Bada bing, bada boom. Beautiful. All right, guys, that's it for me. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Hands over your dungeon. Let's give it a nice closing. And kamsamnida! Thank you for your neighbors near and far. Kamsamnida! Kamsamnida! And thank you so much. All right, everybody. I will see you next time. This has been amazing. From Meridian, East, and out!